Hey, Cancer, intuitive soul coach here with your July 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so the key themes here for you, Cancer, in the month of July, you have mending, followed by letting go, and you also have timing at play, divine timing. This is a powerful trio. When you have the mending and the letting go cards together, this is all about release. There may have been financial situations that you were working on mending, relationships, matters of the heart. This can be health. So whatever in your world felt like it had a crack in the foundation here, the mending is about healing and forgiving, coming together. There's been lessons, there's been learning, there has been growth. Now you may be repairing a situation that may have felt broken or may have felt irreparable at times, but I am sensing here that there's a healing type of energy going on here. A lot of you are forgiving someone. It does not mean that you're coming back together in a union, but it means that you're forgiving for the sake of healing as well. Most of the time, forgiveness is for our own self, not the other person. I am sensing here financial debt. There was some sort of loss. There could have been theft, or you may have put your money or your time or your energy towards a situation that you didn't feel like you got anything in return. I feel like you are healing from a financial setback, and timing had to do with the situation here, and you're going to hear some good news because changes are showing up here for you. Some of you may even still feel like you're in the storm a little bit, but I feel towards the end of the month you're letting go because you have the letting go card. This is about liberating yourself, goodbyes, growth, ascension, gaining that necessary closure that maybe you've needed. This can be about life lessons in order for you to go more with the flow, because there was a situation that caused a lot of resistance, a lot of hesitation, and a lot of troubles is what I'm getting here for you, Cancer. Now, with the timing card, divine timing is at play in all areas of your life. You may have been watching that clock, tick-tock, right? This can be a waiting period, divine timing. You may be putting yourself back on a schedule or shaking up your routine a little bit. A lot of you have been in the planning stages, but now you are going from the planning and packing and preparing to launching is what I'm getting. You're going to see some sort of results showing up due to your patience and your hard work by the end of July. So I like this coming in for you here. But it hasn't been an easy road. You've had to mend, you've had to heal and prepare and plan and get your bearings back on track is kind of what I feel here for you. All right, Cancer, the beginning of the month, you have the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Another powerful combination here. Gemini energy, King of Swords. This is about choosing ethics over emotion. Now, some of you, you're using your brilliant mind to think logically and realistically on how to move forward. But I also sense that you're keeping the heart open, which is beautiful, because sometimes that King of Swords shows up and he's not always in touch with his emotions. But because you have the Ace of Cups showing up here, I feel like you are. Now, some of you may have been dealing with a Gemini or even an Aquarius or a Libra, an air sign, but I feel like you are choosing to forgive a situation to create more balance. And again, forgiveness is showing up, but it doesn't mean that you have to come back together. But for some of you, there could be a new beginning here with someone else or with someone new. If this is career, there could be a brand new beginning to open yourself up to loving what it is that you do, to heading forward in a new direction here. The Ace of Cups, you had to go through a period of introspection, Cancer, emotional introspection, but now you are ready. Your heart is ready. You're ready to take that leap. Divine timing has been at play here. When the King of Swords shows up, he's very intelligent. He's very mature. He's going to share his knowledge, share his wisdom. Now, for some of you, you are going to share your story, whether it's in the form of an actual book or a story, whether it's you sharing with maybe a therapist, a family member, a loved one. There's something that's important for you to express, put out into the world, because it could help others. It could help others overcome. It may even have to do with something in the legal system. Some of you may have been dealing with someone who was incarcerated here. I'm also getting this person may have been or may be a police officer. It could be a journalist. This could be a correctional officer, a lawyer, a judge, someone that is in in the legal system, or it could be the opposite side, right? Incarceration, or, the one that put him behind bars. So I do feel here with this King of Swords, there's a new beginning coming in because you've learned a lot, and you've learned to keep your heart open, even though at times you've completely shut yourself out. And this is about you mending and opening that heart back up in areas of love, career, health, family situations. King of Swords for some of you was a very routine, very strict military father, someone who there could have been a lack of emotion, a lack of connection as well. There may be forgiveness there. Please take it as it resonates. I'm also getting the name David here for you, Cancer. So it could be your name, a middle name, someone you were dealing with. Now, mid-July, you have the double threes. Oh, beautiful. Double threes is all about harmony. It is about advancement, growth, and union. It's about coming together for a larger purpose or a bigger purpose. Three of Coins and Three of Cups is all about building a new solid foundation with other like minds. Because some of you in the past, there were lessons that played out over and over and over again. And you may have been stuck at that phase one. There was something here that was a failure to launch. You weren't able to maybe get something off the ground. It was a relationship. You weren't able to pinpoint maybe a health situation that was going on within you. For some of you, you played out a karmic cycle is what I'm getting here as well. That King of Swords, there could have been a lot of anger that was repressed and stored within the body, whether you were dealing with that yourself or you were dealing with someone who had stored and suppressed a lot of anger. But I am getting here a stepping up, but you may still feel like you are in a transition period, because she has one foot there on the first book, right? And isn't it interesting that you actually have books showing up, and you have books in your career? So someone is definitely writing a book on their experiences, or you may be reading a very powerful inspirational book at this time. But the Three of Coins is about building a new foundation, because you've learned lessons of the past and now you're moving forward. For some of you, those lessons involve third party. It could have been in-laws. It could have been cheating. It could have been excessiveness when it comes to relationships, when it comes to indulging, whether alcohol, substances, people, sex, whatever this is here. The Three of Cups is about excessive expectations. And I do feel here there was some sort of third party energy that may have been affecting the quality, the quality of your life. Now, it could also be, I'm getting some sort of conditioning. You may be looking at how you were conditioned because of that situation, but you're owning up to your own personal healing here, Cancer. You're taking responsibility for some sort of action, whether it was your end, whether it was their end, but you're taking responsibility for your own healing. And that's the only thing you can do here. We can't heal anyone else. We can't fix anyone. They have to be willing to see it for themselves and take that step for themselves. Now, for some of you, you may be the third child. There could be 3 siblings, 3 sisters, 3 brothers. This could be 3 family members as well. It could be you, a partner, and a child, because 3 of Coins here. There could have been a third party interference where maybe it's you and an ex and their partner as well, maybe interfering with, it may be the progression or education. There's something, this is very interesting. If you have a child with someone, there could be something around schooling. Some of you may want a child to go to school in one area, but someone else wants them to go in a different area, or it could be your child may want to do something specific, or you want them to do something specific, but they feel like they're choosing a path. Make sure that you let them choose their soul journey, because it's up to them, right? We can't relive our lives through our children, and we have to let them fall down and pick themselves back up. We can be the role model and the support system and the cheerleader, but ultimately we have to let them live their own life. Okay. And some of you, that's easier said than done, of course. But I also get, when it comes to career, some of you have struggled because you wanted to take that next step and you thought you would be a perfect fit, but it's almost as if you've been through hoops. You've had to jump through hoops. Some of you may even be getting a third interview. I mean, I don't know how many jobs out there have 3 different interviews in the corporate world, but I'm sure it's a thing. And if that's the case, some of you are heading towards your 3rd interview. I do feel it's going to end some sort of anguish, and you may get the news that you are seeking here. I like this though. Now, we also have, towards the end of July, you have the King of Cups and the Ten of Swords. I mean, Cancer, this is your energy here as well. It is that watery element of emotional maturity. Now, the Ten of Swords, it did show up in reverse, and I read intuitively as well. And of course, I'm a Libra. There's duality in all things. So yes, we can read the cards in the upright, but there's always a flip side as well that we can integrate or get trapped in. So I like to read intuitively, but you did have the Ten of Swords show up. So I feel like you're lifting that anguish, because some of you, there was something deep, heavy, hard that you had to mend. Right? These two go hand in hand. But the good news is there's some sort of letting go or freedom towards the end of July here, and it's going to put you back on track, and you're going to feel free. You're going to feel like that change in the wind is happening, and you may still feel like you're in that kind of eye of the tornado type of energy here, but I feel like you're going to move towards more abundance, more happiness, and more liberation. King of Cups. The King of Cups can be uncontrolled emotion, right? But I feel like you've got to rein on your emotions. There's something about you reining it in, learning, growing, evolving. This is someone who is tactful, and there is peaceful diplomacy showing up here. He knows when to speak. He knows when to open up his heart, but he also knows when to not overindulge or let his emotions take over and get the best of him. And I feel like you've grown a lot, but there is something here with hitting a new level of emotional maturity. For you, I feel like it's you, but it could also be someone else in your life. And that could be the both of you mending as well. Even if you're taking separate paths or you're on the same one together, this is a leveling up, stepping up here. And again, that Ten of Swords, there could have been a painful ending due to maybe third party. Again, it can be cheating. It doesn't have to be, but it could be someone lived their life to the fullest. They were excessive. They were indulgent. They were, always looking for their next grand adventure. King of Swords didn't always put their feelings on the line, or sometimes just weren't in touch with their emotions, but there is emotional maturity here. So whatever's happening and shifting, it is for growth, it's for the ascension, and it's for the highest good is what I'm picking up on here. So when it comes to money, career, and income, you have the Mask, you have the Book, and you also have the Feather. Now, when the Feather shows up, this is all about easy money, abundance, divine intervention, which you actually have here with the timing. It does remind me of divine intervention because it's divine timing. So I feel like the timing of things is actually quite perfect, even though some of you are saying the opposite. Some of you are saying, oh, the timing couldn't be worse, right? How is it that, I have 3 interviews coming up, but I have 3 personal events the same week? So some of you are saying the timing isn't right. You may actually meet someone while you're in the midst of a divorce. There's something here with it being divinely timed and orchestrated that the ego self sometimes says, no, now is not the right time. But because everything is chaotic and everything is shifting with the change in the winds, what better time to throw something else in the mix, right? Don't curse me in the comments. But I do feel here there is this energy of travel for some of you. You may meet someone at a distance. You may be traveling for work. I'm getting here I'm getting here serendipitous energy, and that's interesting because Gemini, if you have any Gemini on your chart, or if you are on that Gemini cusp Cancer, you may want to check that out. But there is something here with being at the right place at the right time, or meeting people through synchronistic events or divine timing here. Now, you may still feel a little bit undecided, but I feel like you are going to work with spirit, and you're going to trust your higher self in order to mend and move forward and step up. Right? Step up, because you're taking accountability, responsibility, and you're taking that next leap into that book. And that book is all about new contracts, whether it's soul contracts, business contracts. This can be paperwork that you sign. Some of you, this is learning as you go. You may be taking a class. You do have the law showing up here, and you also have the King of Swords. So some of you, yes, you're dealing with a legal situation. Maybe you work in the legal field as a lawyer, as a judge, as an executive. I'm also getting here, some of you may be getting called for jury duty as well. For others of you, you are writing a book about emotions or experiences that you've gone through as well. Maybe it's fiction, maybe it's nonfiction, but I feel you're educating others. Others of you are taking an online class, or you're listening to YouTube videos, because there's something here with you evolving, growing, and learning. And you're going to see that you're opening yourself up to new ways of thinking, and you're going to see the things that really resonate, speak to you on a soul level, Cancer. So this is really powerful. Now, you also have the Mask. The Mask card is all about letting yourself shine authentically. And again, there was something in Gemini's energy about this as well. So some of you, maybe you had your identity stolen. For others of you, maybe someone else took credit, or you said, oh, I really wanted to do that, but they did it before I did, right? This is about you tapping into that hidden potential that is within us all. Some of you may be actors, you may be assistants, you may not even know what your skills and talents are, but I feel like you have an inkling, you have a clue. And this is about you being able to open yourself up and stay true to your soul's purpose, and not let the pain, the trauma, the energy of the past hold you back from being your true self. Because some of you, someone in your world was wearing a false mask. It could have been a boss that said, we really love you, Cancer. We love what you have to offer. However, we're not going to give you that raise that we promised you, right? So it's almost like I'm seeing here someone not being true to their word. For others of you, you did go through maybe in the past some sort of theft or loss. You lost money, and you're mending from that, financial mending here. Some of you are getting downloads in your dreams as well. There could even be some psychic surgery, some DNA updating that is taking place through your sleep states. So pay attention to your dreams if you remember them. And if you don't, set that intention before bed. And before you get out of bed in the morning, hopefully you don't have an alarm clock, but if you do, don't look at your phone right away, and just try to slowly shift into that energy of consciousness, because a lot of us, immediately, if we jump right into the next thing, we lose, that remembrance. But there is a shift here happening, and I feel like you're receiving a lot of messages through your dreams. So do pay attention if you're able to. Now, when it comes to matters of the heart, what do we have here for for Cancer, matters of the heart? You have trust, you have make the effort, and you also have engagement. So this is interesting. Okay, some of you, yes, there's been some sort of betrayal. Maybe you've been stabbed in the back, and trust is a big, big thing, right? As they say, if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. And that may be why that mending and forgiveness is important here. It doesn't mean, again, that what that person did was okay, but I feel like you've learned a lot about yourself. You've learned a lot about forgiveness and trust and healing, but you don't have to let that story replay over and over and over in your world. And it's important that the universe does have your back, and that you trust that. And know that this situation is calling for you, Cancer, to have trust. Otherwise, it may feel like it's out of your hands. Literally, it just fell out of my hands. Next, you have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Now, some of you some of you are going to try to work it out with someone who has betrayed your trust in one way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be a romantic lover. For others of you, it could be that you are in a relationship and somebody's mother or somebody's ex was, interfering and they did something behind your back, or it could be a child, a stepchild said something, whatever this is here. It could be some gossip. It could be minor. It could be huge. It doesn't matter. It's the energy here. But you may be making the effort for the sake of maybe children. Okay. It could be for the sake of your own peace and your own happiness. For others of you, there is love here with the Ace of Cups, and you want to make it work, right? Please take it as it resonates here. There's also a new beginning coming in, and this is saying don't allow all that past crud to interfere with a new relationship. Let that go so you can enjoy the happiness with this new beginning. Okay, some of you, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Engagement may or may be a factor here, but I'm getting here the overall energy of ascension. So there's something here with the heart healing, the heart mending, that is going to gravitate towards a higher level. Some of you may be dating and making it official. Some of you may be moving in with each other. For others of you, you may be blending families or introducing kids to family. Some of you may also be getting engaged. Some of you may be going to a wedding together, and there may be something that resonates while you watch that wedding. You may say, I'm sitting next to the person that I can see my life with, right? Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you say, that happened to me many years ago, Cancer, where I was dating this person at the time, and we had been together for probably about 8 months or so. I knew that there was some valuable lessons in everything, right? There's always lessons in everything, always growth. But we had ended up going to a wedding together. And as we were sitting next to each other, and I was watching the bride and groom, and it was just magical, and it was just this beautiful ceremony. I remember looking over at my partner, and I said, okay, this is a moment of truth for me. I cannot see myself with this person. I feel like our soul contract is expiring. It's coming to the end. I've learned some lessons. And I'm not saying that there was anything huge going on between the both of us at the time that was causing disruptions, but sometimes you just know. Sometimes you know that they're a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it can be through the external events of, what you see with others, especially when it comes to love and weddings and commitment. Sometimes that's the push that you need to say, maybe I need to choose a new path. If I can't see myself with this person and I want something deeper and I know it's not going to go deeper, then I need to make a new choice. And I feel like that's what's happening with you. Now, it doesn't mean you're looking at your person saying, no, I can't see myself with you. For some of you, yes, but it could be the opposite. You may say, you're my person, right? I really want to make the effort and move forward with you. So I like this, but there's something around trust and mending that energy. All right. Now we're going to move on. I absolutely love this deck that was gifted to me. I will link it in the description box below. It'll be the last one. This is a very powerful tarot and oracle deck. I love the energy coming from these cards. Now you have here music healing. So there's something with listening to music, something with songs, dancing, singing, humming, you opening your heart up through the healing energy of music in whatever form that may be. I'm also getting, and this has come up in the past, may or may not have been for your sign, Cancer. It could even be that some of you had a parent or a grandmother, or maybe you yourself have sang the song to your children. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I'm also getting that some of you may have even been in a relationship with someone who was in a band, or they may have played music or sang to you as well. Okay, someone may have wrote a song for you, I'm getting, or may have wrote you a poem or a love letter. There's something here with that. But music healing is very valuable to you. Some of you may be writing music as well. You also have the noise. The noise. This is a very beautiful card as well. And it's ironic because you have here music and then you have noise. And it says here, the concealment, the suppression, the disinformation. It says the media, the veil, the narrative, the rhetoric, the spin. It says the account, the message, the broadcast, the account, the portrayal, the history, the record. And this is all about that external noise, and sometimes even that mental noise that comes in and in and in. And we have a hard time quieting and discerning what is right and true for us. What is part of our soul lesson, our soul's journey. And that could be what you're releasing and letting go of, is all of that noise. Okay? Because this is about you trusting in you. Because things have been suppressed and concealed for quite some time. And now things are coming to the surface here. And it's time for you to mend and to heal. Because a lot of you have been in this reflection period. That's your third card here, is reflection. And this is a powerful time for you to take a look at what's going on. And I love this here. You can see the mirrors everywhere. And there is... there is an image in the back that represents, to me, vulnerability, being honest and being vulnerable. And to me, that's one of our greatest strengths. And so many times we're taught, at least I know I was, whether it was, society, whether it was family, we're taught that vulnerability is a weakness. We cannot be weak. We have to be strong. Or if we let our guard down, then bad things can happen to us, either physically, emotionally, mentally. And therefore, we take a look at vulnerability as a weakness, when really it is our greatest strength. When we open up and we can feel and we can see and we no longer suppress, we take that blindfold off and it allows us to heal. And that's where you're at here. You're reflecting on what's working for you and what's not, what's real and what is an illusion, what you need to do and what needs to be done in order to let go of this situation. So this is powerful here. I'm loving it. Cancer, let's take a look at the soul's truth and see what messages come in for you. You have 3 soul truths, which is powerful. So I always recommend jotting this down if you can, or coming back, saving this later, this video, and watching towards mid or end of the month. What if it isn't true? The thing that you're telling yourself right now, Cancer, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, or you can't do it, or you won't get there, or you're not enough. What if it's not true? Today's soul action. It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you. What if it isn't true? Then what else might be possible? Journal your answers. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Okay, powerful. There's that deception, that lie, right? What lie do you need to let go of? Letting go to reach your soul's truth. That's that reflection. So powerful. We have here, from whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth. There's that word showing up again. So something going on with truth for you, quite strong, Cancer. Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Today's soul action. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth, that I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. Whew, that's a powerful one. When we forgive and we realize that every one of us is on our own soul's journey, that's a game changer. When we can see someone through the eyes of the soul, right? Instead of through the surface of the conditions and the hurt and the pain, right? When we see someone on that truly soul level, it can release judgment here. And lastly, you have, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard, Cancer. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, so call in grace and receive guidance because you are supported. Today's soul action. List 10 possible ideals for your soul's calling. Lean into ease because it's here. You just have to say yes to it. And that's what we see at the very end of your reading. You have the 10 of Swords, so lifting that anguish. In order to move forward here, you're letting go of something instead of carrying that pain with you. Now at this time, we're going to get a few messages from your animal guides. And I just ask if you can, tune into that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra. And I want you, Cancer, to imagine the first animals or animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps this animal is wild, magical, mystical, or domesticated. It could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge or one right beside you. There is no right or wrong answer. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you have to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below. And I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, your animals for the month of July. You have lion spirit. Some of you may be 37 years old or you may be 41, but the lion is about you being generous of spirit. This is about you seeing the generosity in others and in yourself. It's about you being able to tackle some of those weaknesses and to really step into your own power. When you get this Leo energy here of the strength, I do feel it's important for you to befriend that shadow side or the vulnerabilities instead of self-sabotage, instead of suppressing some sort of shadows within. This is about you being stronger than you think. This is about you being kind and compassionate, and there's a review, a loving and compassionate review of something in the past in order for you to fully embrace your power. So this is really powerful here. And next up, we have nightingale. So some of you may have seen a bird, whether it was a cardinal. I'm getting here yellow. Yellow, some of you could have seen, maybe as a Tweety bird. A yellow, is there a yellowtail finch? Is that one of them? But I'm getting here bird of any sort. But nightingale, it's interesting to note, literally, the musical notes. It says, love is all around. And this is about you marching to the beat of your own drum. This could be about music, which we have here, the healing properties of music. Some of you are hearing a song that reminds you of, what's going on in your own world. There could be something here with you telling your story through song and dance as well. This is really beautiful. So love is all around. And I feel like you're seeing the evidence of that here this month. Beautiful. And last but not least, Cancer, you have card 12, which is the Hanged Man energy, but it's also a change in the wind. So even though things seem a little bit chaotic at times, this is a sense that unseen change has been initiated. This is preparation, awareness that your plans, maybe they're not on firm footing, but this is a shift. Even though it brings uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow, I feel like this change is needed. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change. To want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is the time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting, Cancer. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. When it comes to relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has had a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you truly need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. When it comes to money, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift direction. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realize isn't in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things aren't going as the way you thought they would, right? Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well, even better, actually. And trust, it says trust. Literally, one word, a one-word sentence is trust. Now that's what, the 5th, the 10th time it's came up for you here. So trust that things are turning out exactly the way that they are supposed to. All right, that is what I have for you, Cancer. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. I would love to see you drop your power animals in the comment box below, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway. And if you are vibing with the energy of this channel and you haven't already, please feel free to hit that subscribe and bell button. Thank you so much for tuning in and being here, Cancer. Lots of love.